Hi everyone. You're listening to Natasha. My friends call me Nat, so you can too. This is Chat with Nat. We've got a really exciting episode for you guys. I am so excited. I know I say this all the time, but I genuinely am. And I'm really happy about the guests that I've been having on, the conversations that we've been having. And I just feel like I've kind of hit my I'm failing to find the words, like my biting point. Like I'm so happy. So this week we've got an author. We've got an author. We've got Tammy Richards, who is a bilingual children's book author, who is joining us, and she'll tell us all about her books. And we're just going to have a really exciting conversation. I've been meaning to speak to Tammy for months now, and I'm so happy that we finally made it happen. Tammy, welcome to Chat with Nat.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm so excited. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Enjoying the heat. I know it's controversial to say because everyone else is like, it's so hot. But it was too cold for too long, so bring it on.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely one of those people who's like, oh my God, the heat. But then I'm like, I've spent like 5 months complaining about the cold. So you know what? It's fine. But I think the thing is, it to me anyway, it kind of just came out of nowhere. I'm like, we're in May. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Why is it already hot?
There was no build up. It was just like it's cold one week and then it was just hot. Like it's sweltering hot. So yeah.
Literally. If you guys are listening to us like from maybe you're in parts of Africa and it's like winter. Is it winter? Yeah, it's
It
probably
will
getting
be
cold
soon.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apologies, and I know, people from the UK, people from England, especially because England weather is miserable. Like we talk about weather. I don't know, like when I first came to this country, I was like, these people are
All
obsessed.
they do is talk about the weather.
But now I'm like, I get it.
See.
I'm like, I get it. I get it. But anyway, let's get into it. But before we do, I'm just going to mention the previous episode. So the previous episode that we had was an episode with Nigel Ndlovu, who is the founder of the first Afro-Swiss luxury watch. I really enjoyed that conversation because I knew nothing about watches, and it just opened up to this whole new world. And yeah, it was really interesting conversation. So if you have not checked it out, please do. I just wanted to shout out uh there's someone left a comment on YouTube. Noble Tell 864 said, fantastic episode, opened a whole new world. Thank you for championing one of our own, and best wishes, Nigel, with your craft. So thank you so much, Noble, for that one. And then on Instagram, I think Life with Zui. Oh, let me find the comment. Yeah, um, Life with Zui said, I wish I had gotten one when I was in Geneva last week. Love this. Can't wait to listen to the full conversation. So Zui, hopefully you've listened to the conversation. And yeah, and there were like a lot of like heart emojis, fire emojis. So definitely thank you again to Nigel, and you guys make sure you check out the episode. But yes,
So
anyway.
can I just say I listened to that episode and I absolutely loved it. I was like, no, it was really interesting because, as you said, learning about watches, I also learned about watches. So, anyway, carry on.
Yeah. And I realized that I'm like one of those like Apple Watch people. Like I'm like
I've
probably
got
like
my too.
I'm probably like lowering the tone when it comes to watches. Probably one of those people like people who are watch people who are like, "Oh, you guys again."
Another Apple Watch, yeah.
But yeah, no, I was really fascinated with that, and yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. But now on to Tammy. So Tammy, I teased at the top that you're an author, a children's author. So Tammy has got a number of books in that it's just like English to Shona, English to Swahili, English to Twi, children's books that she's got. She gifted my niece one, and my niece absolutely loves it. And I've got one coming on the way in Shona and Swahili, and I absolutely loved it. And I actually came across Tammy when when the whole Luke Tawanda thing was happening. And then like I saw your post. Who was it who reposted? Ronke Lowell. I don't know if
Oh
you
yes, yes, yes.
yes, yes. So I follow her. So she reposted it. And I think she posted it on her stories or something. And then you were like, look, Tawanda, you could be reading this to your kids. And I was like, oh, this is fascinating. But yes, welcome, Tammy. Yeah, how are you?
I'm well, thank
How is
you.
life? And yeah, basically, maybe if you could tell us about your books, and then we can go into a little bit more detail about, just the process and other things.
Oh, how is life? Life is very, very busy, but otherwise, I'm very well, thank you. So, I'm an author and creator of bilingual baby books, and I have two. So, I'm from Zimbabwe, born in Zim, moved to the UK when I was 9, and so I now have two daughters who are Nat 3 and 1, and I started writing the bilingual baby books when I was on maternity leave with my second daughter. And the reason I started doing it was because I was speaking a little bit of Shona here and there to my 1 year old, well, my then 2 year old, my eldest. But I realized that she actually wasn't, so her language, her speech was developing a lot more by then. But then I noticed that she wasn't actually speaking very many Shona words. And she loves reading books. And I've read to her since she was very little, since she was born, really. Excuse me. And then but what I actually found was I was reading English books but translating them into Shona because I couldn't really find the resources I needed. I couldn't really find kid-friendly books for her. And so it started off as a sticker book, which is literally this is the original sticker book. So I got some animal stickers and I and I so I don't know if you can see it there. So I got some animal stickers and I full disclaimer, I didn't learn to read or write Shona whilst in school because obviously I went to school in the UK. And so I didn't know a lot of the animal names in Shona, or I didn't know how to spell them. So I took a picture of all the animals, sent them to my sibling group chat and also to my niece and nephew in Zimbabwe. And I was like, guys, please help me with these Shona words. So they sent me the words, and then what I did is I put them on the book as so Shona and then English. And the reason why I did that was because I'm raising my children in a bilingual household. So dad is not from Zimbabwe. He's British Asian and doesn't speak Shona. I mean, he'll argue that he does now because he knows the Shona names from the animals. So, yeah, so I decided to put them as sticker book, like as I said, as a sticker book, and kind of just like took off from there. Sorry, I've just been like spewing lots of
No,
information at you.
no, 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 absolutely. I love it because I saw like another video where you talked about the fact that you came to the UK when you were 9. So
Yeah.
I was really interested in. So I came to the UK just before I turned 18, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I kind of spent like the important years in Zim, and Zim is very
Yeah.
much in me.
In
I've
you,
got like
yes.
some family that came maybe around about your age or 10 or 11, and sometimes I can tell that they're not really like deep into like the culture, and I can kind of understand it,
Yeah.
right? Because they
Yeah.
came under the area. So I'm always fascinated with people like you. And I've met so many other wonderful people as well that who are like maybe were even born here or came here when they were very young. I'm always fascinated, like, what is that thing that makes you be like, actually, you know what? I need to teach my children Shona. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what was that thing that kind of made you be like, you're being raised in a bilingual household? Is it because
Yeah.
your husband speaks another language, or
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, just he speaks just English.
right?
But
Okay.
so for me, if I had my kids 5, 6 years ago,
Mm,
I don't even know if I should be ashamed to say this, but I'll be honest. I probably wouldn't have thought about teaching them Shona.
mm,
So I came here in 1998 and I didn't go to Zimbabwe. I didn't visit Zim until 2022. And when I did go back, I don't know what it was. It was like a pull. Like I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to go back. And but when I went, being around my family and being around nieces and nephews and seeing them communicating both English and Shona, it just felt like home. I don't know how to describe.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
I think unless you've been there yourself, you just know how it feels like. The sunrises, the sunsets, the culture, the conversations, the jokes, it just feels like home. And when I was there, I realized actually, do you know what? When I do have children, I'd love for them to come back and visit and feel comfortable and be part of the conversation. So,
Yeah.
like I grew up speaking Shona, but not all the time. And I have to say, my Shona has improved a lot more in the last 12 months because I've been really forcing myself to speak to my daughter in Shona.
Yeah.
So, Dad will speak to her in English. I'll speak to her in Shona as much as I can. And even he's like, yeah, your Shona's improved. And he doesn't even
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying. But I think it's because I'm speaking more
Yeah.
with confidence. And
Mm.
don't get me wrong, like in our house, we speak Shonglish. It's a lot of Shona and English mixed together.
Yeah.
The words I don't know in Shona, I'm saying them in English
Yeah. Oh my God.
because
Yeah.
I'm trying my best.
I saw your video where you were basically like talking about the book and talk about yourself in Shona, and I was like, this is really good because I understand Shona. Like I'm not great at speaking it because I speak Ndebele. But you know, I also have the confidence issue of like so when I'm speaking Shona, I'm like, oh, people are gonna like laugh at my accent or whatever, right? But I was so I could so I was listening to I was like, you're doing really, really, really well. But no, this is really good. So then I want to talk about I like the sticker book that you made. Like you've given me an idea actually. So then how did you so I understand like okay, I want to teach my children, but then how then do you birth Rava Bhuku? I was gonna ask, Rava Bhuku, does that mean write a book? Rava
Read book.
Ah,
Rava is read.
Rava
Yeah.
is read. Ah,
And
okay.
Buku is Shona.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so maybe if you could talk to us about that, and I'm correct in saying like what Rava Bhuku is the company.
Yes.
So how, if you talk to us about, I guess the business, like how did you then think actually this could help more people? I now want to do this. I want to get into this. Yeah. So how do you get there?
So from doing my sticker book, I want so this book is just wild animals. I then wanted to get farm animals, which I couldn't find. So I was like, oh, let me get an illustrator because why not pay for an illustrator, which is I've then realized it's actually quite expensive. So I found an illustrator who did the images for me. So I did wild animals, farm animals, and garden animals. And then I was speaking to other friends. So I've got a friend who's from Uganda. Shout out Susan. And I asked her if she'd been able to find any books for her daughter. She also has a daughter similar age to mine. And she was like, no, she couldn't really find any. And so I said to her, look, give me the translations for the animal names. I sent her the list and she sent them back to me in Luganda. And I got a sample made. But um, yeah, sorry, I feel like I've kind of like gone around the houses a little bit. So yeah, I spoke to my friend. She told me she was also having the same issue, and I thought we can't be the only people that are facing this problem because she again, very similar to me, came to the UK at a very young age, and then now has a child and wants to teach her daughter her native language, and again can't find the resources to do that because it's not just about speaking; it's also about
Mm,
reading. And for me, I was like, I'm reading English books to my daughter. She can see the English words. Yeah, she can't
yeah,
read them, but eventually she's going to be able to read them. And
yeah,
that language like is built from seeing the words on a page, and that's how you learn words and etc. So it was very important for me to have the book in bilingual. And the other reason as well was so that Dad can also pick up the same book and read the same book, so we don't have to have two farm animal books in English and in
yeah.
Shona. Sorry, excuse me. So Rava Bhuku was born because I when I got the illustrations, I was like, oh, I want to do the books for my nieces and nephews. But then, of
Yeah,
course, from speaking to my friend who also needed the books, I thought I should get more translations. And so the first translation I got was Luganda. And then after that, I got Ndebele from my sister-in-law who's in Zim. She speaks Ndebele. And then I got Swahili from a uni friend for a friend I used to go to uni with. He put me in contact with a translator. And then I then got Twi, Ga, Ewe, isiZulu, Setswana from my sister in Bots, and Yoruba from the lady that helped me with my website. So I'm trying my best to get as many languages as possible. But in terms of like building the business, it's been tough.
yeah.
It's been so hard. My gosh, if someone had said to me this is how hard it's going to be from like when I first started it. I probably probably wouldn't have done
Yeah,
it.
talk to me about that because I like the way that it started because it's quite organic, right? You were like, I want to do something for my kids, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
my nieces and nephews, and then it kind of expands, and it kind of feel. I always think those are the best of like entrepreneurial stories, really, because it's coming from a real need, and then it kind of organically
yeah.
takes you there. I saw a video where you were like, oh my God, someone bought my book, and I don't know them.
Yeah.
And you're so excited. But so I can imagine. So no, I mean this is real, and that's why we have you on here. Like, yeah, talk to me about that because yeah, I can only imagine how tough.
Yeah, so I got my first, so this all started in May last year is when I first did the sticker book. And then June, July was speaking to the illustrator. I got all my illustrations. And then I got my first sample, I want to say maybe August. And I was like, oh, this is great. Got my sample, gonna get my samples and I'll get orders, I'll get the books in ready for October, November so I can start selling them for Christmas. Boy, oh boy, was I just so wrong. So got my first samples, ha hated them. They stank of cigarettes. The quality wasn't very good. Then I had to go back and find another supplier. The second set of samples, like I think I've spoken to maybe about 7 different suppliers and got lots of different samples, but they just weren't good enough. So I've put so much work into getting a good product, and I believe it's a good product. I hope is that other people also think it's very good. Um, and it hasn't been easy because I'm getting my samples from China. I tried to find a manufacturer in the UK that will print board books, but they also need to be lift the flap books. So with the whole lift the flap, and I'll show you one here. So like with the farm animal one, for example, with the whole like lift the flap element of the book. When I was speaking to my sister about the books, I was like, oh yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a picture of the animal, then the words, and she's like, no, you have to do a flap. I was like, no, I'm not doing a flap. You have to do a flap. So we were going backwards and forwards. And as you can see, we now have the flap because my sister was like, you have to make sure you have the flap. But I think it's more engaging for children. So it's more engaging for they love it.
Yeah.
But I can't find a manufacturer in the UK or in Europe that can do that
Mm.
type of book. And if anyone knows any, please tell me because it will be quicker to get the books here.
Yeah, no. I like the lift the flap concept. Like I say, my with the books that you sent to my niece, she loves them. Yeah, raving reviews, and
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I think your sister was right.
damn it.
I think your sister was right. But it's interesting, isn't it? Like you don't think about that. Like, why wouldn't there be like a, like a is it a publisher or like the people that can actually do?
Manufacturer, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, like why?
I just think it's cost. It's cheaper to get them
Mm.
printed from there than it is here. I don't know. But
Yeah, but you started in May, right?
yeah.
And the little that I know about business, it takes time, right? So
I know that now.
I know, and I mean, so in terms of just I guess the social media stuff. And I've seen like entrepreneurs, like or business people, sort of do this thing of like, oh, I started a business, but I did realize I'd have to be on social media so much.
I know, and that was me. Like I was like, oh, so I have to promote it. Like I have to be on social media.
Yeah.
How do I promote this? And I won't lie to you, it's been it's I'm the kind of person that has social media, but I just scroll and look at other people's content.
Mm,
But now I'm having to create content. I'm having to think about the best type of content to curate, aka look down, Philip and Hammer. Uri
yeah.
Kuti, where are you? Come and teach your children. So, like I set up my social media for the
Mm,
for the business in November last year, and it's really pushed me to be comfortable and confident with posting weekly. And that's how you grow your audience, right? You have to continue to post, and sometimes, and it's you sometimes you create a post and you're like, this one is gonna slap, this one is gonna be so good, this one's gonna hit,
yeah.
and you get like 200 views. You're like, oh, okay. And then it's the ones that you least suspect that get the most views or they get the most likes. But I
Yeah.
have to keep saying to myself, don't concentrate on that. Just concentrate on promoting the business and putting the business out there rather than um the likes and the comments and all that stuff. Because people are seeing it. It's just
Yeah.
not everyone engages with the content, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, I can speak like from like doing a podcast. Like sometimes it's just like, oh my God, it looks, it feels like tumbleweed. Like no one's engaging. But people do see it, and it kind of builds that consistency. And you
Yeah,
have to think like, listen, even if I don't know, 100, I don't know, if 20 people are liking it, imagine if 20
yeah,
people were around giving you a thumbs up, or
yeah,
whatever the case is. So yeah, no. I mean, from what you're saying, like I'm like, I think you're doing well. Like, May, November, and we're in May, June now. So
yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying.
yeah. And I know you mentioned like you've been going to like different festivals and different sort of like places, markets to sell your
Yeah,
book.
so
How's that been going?
I did my first market a couple of weeks ago. It was with Black Marketplace in Camden,
Hmm.
which I won't lie to you was really hard
Okay.
because I guess on if you're putting like a post out on social media,
Yeah.
you don't know who's seen it. You don't it like it you don't really know what the reception is unless someone
Yeah.
likes it or comments
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
But with this, I had to be face to face with people and go, "Hi, would you like to know more about my books?" And then people will be like, "No," and then just walk away. And you're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they'll stop and listen and go, "Sorry, that's gonna like no
Yeah.
interest, not my language, or I don't
Yeah.
have kids." So and you have to not take it personally.
Of
Like
course.
for the
Yeah.
first 2 hours, I remember saying to my husband, "Babe, I'm gonna cry. Like no one's bought a book." I
Yeah.
felt like, what the hell have I done? Like
Yeah.
what am I doing? I could be at home with my kids enjoying my Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
but I got my first sale, and the whole hall could have given a round of applause. I made a sale.
Yeah.
And then after that, it kind of like flowed, and I hope it's not because she felt sorry for me.
Sailor's a sail.
But like the lady, she was very like looks at the books and was like, these are so nice. I think my friend speaks Shona. And then she like told me that her friend's child's name. I was like, yeah, that is a Shona
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I think, and she was going backwards and forwards, and she's like, I really like the books, they're really lovely. And then she
Yeah.
bought them, and I was just like, thank you so much for supporting my business. And I had one other lady who
Yeah.
she was American, and she was like, I don't know the language, but I'm going to buy the book. I was like, thank you so much.
Oh.
I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I just want to support you.
Yeah.
And that was so nice. I mean, I sold 15 books at the market, which
That's
to me, I was just
a
like,
lot.
round of applause.
That's well done.
Thank you. Um, so yeah, so that was my first market. I'm doing another one
Mm.
at Yebo Fest on the
Okay.
4th of July at Broomfield Park, which is in Palmer's Green. So Yebo Fest is like Southern African festival. They're
Okay.
celebrating South Africa,
Oh.
Southern African countries. My
Yeah.
geography is not great. And then after that,
Is
I'm
that in
doing Zimfest.
London?
Yeah, it is Palmer's
Uh,
Green in London.
okay. Okay.
Then after that, I'm doing Zimfest on the 25th of July,
Oh, that's
which
gonna be
is
good.
which is near Northampton. So I'm really hoping that my Zim family people come to me and come and buy some books, come and see me, and if you're lucky, I might even sign a book for you.
That the fact that you've got the Zimfest, even like this Yebo Fest, which
Yeah.
sounds amazing. I mean, I haven't been to Zimfest in years, but
Oh,
I know like, well, the last time I went, this was before I had a little one, so I wasn't really like, paying attention. But I know like the morning section, afternoon is really supposed to be like family, and
yeah.
people like bring their kids and stuff like that. And obviously in the evening, it's kind of like
The
the
party.
movie
Yeah,
part.
yeah, I won't be there for that.
But
I'll be coming back home to
yeah,
pick up my
yeah, yeah.
kids.
But the last when I went, like there were loads of families, like loads of kids. So I think that's just prime. That's gonna be prime for you.
I'm looking forward to it because I've never been, so I'm really looking forward to it. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I'll try not to take rejection badly. But building a
No,
business is
don't.
hard.
No, don't. But like I say, you've got a good product. And it
Thank
sounds
you.
like you're going to the right places. And yeah, so just make sure you promote that and let people know that where you're gonna be. You have to have a t-shirt
Yes,
that
a
has
Rava Bhuku
yeah.
t-shirt. Don't worry, we're coming with merch.
Yeah. So that's that. Even when you're walking about, people be like, "Oh, what's this?" So yeah, no. So okay, the business. I understand like it's been tough, but it sounds like it's going in the right direction.
It is, yeah.
And hopefully some of you listening like will check Tammy's books out, and even if it's not for yourself, you can gift it. So amazing. I did want to touch on, and I think you touched on it sort of like before when you say that um your Shona, like your language has improved as you're teaching your kids, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested in sort of I guess you've answered one of the questions that I had for you, right? But I guess beyond the language, I'm
Mm.
interested in sort of ever since you've sort of immersed yourself in like, you know what, I want to teach Shona, because I think language is a gateway to culture, right?
So,
Like our practices, our foods, the way
yeah.
we do things, even sometimes understanding our parents
Yeah.
and understanding our elders. Like, what do you think you've learned beyond sort of like improving your language,
Yeah.
like ever since you've sort of gone on this journey, I guess culture-wise, yeah.
What have I learnt? That Shona is a hard language to learn and teach. But it's also helped me to have more of a pride, like a sense of pride
Mm,
in my language and in my culture. And I want my
yeah,
daughter to also have that.
yeah,
And I think I'm hoping by having these books, it also brings that language to life and also that more of that pride. Because also like when we visit Zim, so I went with Tiana, my eldest, when she was just one, and like my family were talking to her in English. I'm like, no, 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 please speak to her in Shona. It Sorry, yeah, please speak to her in Shona as much as possible because I want her to also to have more as much exposure to the language as possible. And the same with my youngest and I. I'm like, no, no, we're going to speak to her in Shona as much as we can. I've also learned that oh gosh.
do you feel like you understand your family a little bit better? I guess maybe because once you start learning the language, right? Like
Yeah.
the culture pieces, like, oh, okay, I kind of get why they think the way they think. Because it could be like a byproduct of, just I think there's just something about immersing yourself. Because then you end up like, just naturally speaking to people like in Shona, like just
Yeah.
immersing yourself like in the culture in ways that maybe you naturally wouldn't have sought out. But yeah, because I'm always fascinated about like this language piece just being a gateway to culture.
I don't know. I think I don't know if I can say I understand them more.
Yeah.
But I think there's more, but maybe because I
Mm,
came in when I was so young. No, I probably have,
mm,
and even like with communicating with my siblings, I really try my hardest to speak to them in Shona as much as I can because we naturally just slip into speaking in
yeah.
English.
Yeah.
But now, like even when I message them, sometimes I message in Shona and it might be the completely wrong spelling, but
Yeah.
it's given me the confidence to try
Yeah.
where before I probably wouldn't have even bothered.
Yeah.
And even like with foods, I'm really trying to introduce
Mm,
more Shona foods at home. Like yesterday we had
yeah.
sadza for dinner. My daughter's like,
Uh,
I'm like, no, no, we're gonna have sadza.
yeah.
So and sometimes she's like, Mama, I want sadza, I want to make porridge.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think language is so important because it connects people.
Yeah.
And I know that like with my children, when they visit Zim, they will feel hopefully will feel more comfortable
Yeah.
and confident around the family because they can understand what's being said.
Yeah.
And like with my kids now, I'll like with Tiana, I'll say to her, she'll say, Mama, I want to sit here. I'm like, no, no, Tiana, hindi not daw kugara apa. Say I want to sit like in
Yeah.
Shona. And then
Yeah.
she'll say, hindi not daw kugara apa, please.
That's so cute.
So sometimes I'll look at her and then
Yeah.
she'll say it in Shona, and it's so
Yeah.
so sweet when I say something to her in Shona and she'll go and translate to her dad or continue the
Yeah.
conversation in English to her dad, and I'm like that's just so sweet. And with my youngest, she's 14 months now,
Mm,
her language is really coming along
mm,
quite nicely, and we also did baby signing, so it's so cute. So like she'll be sorry,
yeah.
I'm doing this because that's the sign for bird. So like she'll be
Ah,
going. doing that and
Ah,
then pointing up. But recently she's come back
yeah.
home and she's like, mbwa, mbwa, which is dog, and she's like holding
Oh,
a little
yeah.
toy dog that she's stolen from nursery
Yay.
because she steals the toys from nursery. So it's it's coming natural. It's coming
Mm,
quite naturally, especially for my youngest because
yeah.
I'm just speaking to her more in Shona. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's coming more naturally to her. And then with the elder, she corrects herself and she speaks in Shona, sorry, in
Yeah.
English, and then she corrects herself in English. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
it sounds like you're doing such a great job. And
I'm trying. Thank you.
yeah, and I always think like with the state of the world and everything that's going on, right? And there is something about just giving children that I guess how can I put it? Just making them know their full identity, right?
Yeah,
Because there's this thing that we used to talk about in the previous podcast, like the illusion of inclusion. Like, when you grow up in the Western world, like, you grow up with your peers, but we're sort of
yeah,
seeing now like all these like talks about immigration and everything and
yeah.
all these kind of hostile narratives that are coming up. And I think it's really powerful when someone can be like, you know what? I'm from Zimbabwe. Like, I can go home. When they're like, go back home, you're like, actually, yeah. I think there's something powerful about just being able to opt out of
Yeah,
the
agreed.
environment that you're in. Okay, so I promised that I wouldn't keep you longer for an hour. Like I definitely, oh my God, my notes, I've still got so many things. But okay, I'm gonna so we're sort of ending now. But before we end, uh I'm gonna quiz you, right?
Okay.
So basically, how am I gonna frame this? So I'm gonna give you a Shona word, right?
Okay.
Um, and then
Just don't ask me to spell it. Please don't ask me to spell it.
no, no,
I said, don't
no, no,
ask me to
no.
spell it.
Okay, no, no, maybe I'll say it in English, and then you tell me the Shona word. But then the trick is if you know what that same word is in Swahili or Ndebele. Don't worry.
Okay.
Once we stop doing it, you'll get it.
Okay.
You'll get it.
Okay.
Once we stop doing it, you'll get it.
Okay.
I'll walk you through it. Okay, so the first word is buffalo. Buffalo.
Buffalo is Nyati in Shona, but
Yeah.
also Nyati in Swahili.
And guess what?
Yeah.
It's Nyati in Ndebele.
I should know that because I've got a Ndebele book.
No, no, no. I got this idea when you were saying like I saw you. See, I've been researching you when you're like buffalo because it's Nyati in Ndebele. The difference is just with the Ndebele is
Spelling.
THI, like the
Ah,
spelling.
okay. Yeah.
So that's one. Okay, another word. Another
Yeah.
word. Snake. So what is a snake in Shona? And then what is it in Ndebele and Swahili and all?
So I know it's Nyoka in Shona,
Yeah.
but now I'm thinking is it also I think it's E Nyoka in another language,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not sure if it's Ndebele or Sorry, yeah, if it's Ndebele or Swahili.
So you're right. So it's nyoka in Shona, it's nyoka in Swahili, and
Okay.
it's inyoga in Ndebele.
Ah, so
Right? Right? So you see the theme here. You see the theme here
they're
that
quite similar, yeah.
exactly. Another word. Let me this one is a bit tough. But anyway, let's just okay. A person in Shona.
Munu.
Yes. Do you know what it is in Swahili?
No, but I'm gonna say it's the same.
So slightly different. So it's munu in Shona, mtu in Swahili, MTU,
Oh,
and umuntu in Ndebele.
oh, okay. So the Bantu languages, there are so many words that are quite similar, and I was
Exactly.
noticing this as I was writing
Yeah.
them, putting them together. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So no, that's the end of my test. So it was just
the end of the quiz.
yeah, so I was just picking up words which are literally like the same. Isn't it amazing? Like languages, because you may think, oh, it's different, but actually it's very similar.
Similar, yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. And
Yeah.
it's I've learned so much on the journey, which yeah. I never thought I'd be writing bilingual baby books, is what I can say.
And listen, by the sounds of it, you may be manufacturing like the lift flap books as well, because
Yeah,
there's a
gosh,
need.
if I had my own printer, I would have them printed in all the languages.
Yeah,
And the 10 languages are in, I had them all as an ebook,
yeah,
but the only ones I've had printed so far are Swahili, Twi, and Shona. And the
yeah,
dream is to have them printed in all the languages
yeah.
by the end of the year. But it's,
No, no,
money, 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 money.
no, it will happen. It will happen. No, Tammy, thank you so much for your time. Before we go,
Thank you.
maybe if you could remind people where they can find you, if they are in England, where they can see you this summer,
Yeah.
and yeah, where they can get your books, etc,
So
etc.
On Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it's Rava.Bhuku, which is Rava.Bhuku. And then I will be at Yebo Fest on the 4th of July in Broomfield Park in Palmer's Green, and then Zimfest on the 25th of July which is near Northampton. So lots going on this summer, which is exciting.
Yeah,
And I'll probably go to other markets as well.
yeah, and when can people so people can buy your book online, right? If they go on your
Yes, they
socials,
can.
they can
So
find, yeah.
yeah, through your website at ravabuku.com, and
Hmm.
also there's a link on TikTok as well as on Instagram. I'm hoping to get some books delivered to Zim. They were meant to be delivered in April.
Okay.
It's going to be June next week, and they still haven't been
Oh,
delivered,
yeah.
which is just an absolute pain. But I'm really hoping that we'll have some in Harare in the next couple of weeks. So with the
Yeah.
Shona books, and then I'll also get the Ndebele books printed. So we should hopefully have them. I have to say by the end of the year because it just takes so long
Yeah.
to get products into Zim. It's just yeah, it's a pain.
No, that's fine. And I know we've got people that listen like from America, Canada, wherever the Zim diaspora is. Do you ship internationally?
I do ship internationally. I
Okay.
haven't yet because I haven't had any orders internationally from
Okay.
international yet, but please do send them in. I
So
will ship them to
guys, if you're
you.
listening, this is a challenge so that she knows that our audience listens. So please, someone out there, my American girls, I know you're listening when
I
Kosi,
might
please.
throw in a free gift as well. So yeah, so place
Exactly.
your order and I'll
Guys,
throw in a free gift.
order. And yeah, make sure you tell her that you came across it on Chat with Nat. But no, Tammy, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this. It was well worth their wait.
Thank
And
you
I
so
wish you
much.
all the success. Because
Thank
I
you.
think you're onto such a beautiful thing. You're onto
Thank
such
you.
a beautiful thing. It's much needed. And yeah, no, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I think it's sorry we didn't really touch on this very much, but as it's important to say, like at the moment I've got
Mm.
6 books, but I am intending on growing the collection
Yeah,
as my children grow,
yeah.
and so that also I can learn more Shona words.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And I think once you kind of dipped your toe into the book world, like the possibilities are endless because it becomes
Yeah,
kind of economies of scale, isn't it? Like
yeah.
once you sort of like have a portfolio. So no, we're excited. We'll continue watching you grow and supporting you the best way we can.
Thank you, Nat, for your time.
That's all right. No, thank you, guys. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you follow Tammy. The links will also be in the more info section of this episode. But no, thank you, guys. Bye. Bye.